What's up guys, it's Endymion, and I got a different video from my usual stuff this time around. Today I want to talk about Far Cry, the popular first-person shooter open world series, and where I think Far Cry should go in the future to evolve its formula with a setting ripe for interesting gameplay and stories. But before I begin, if you love video games, I got a ridiculous amount of content on the channel, so please like, subscribe, all the things the algorithm loves. It gives my life meaning. And now, let's begin. Up until this point, we've basically had Jungle Islands, Africa, Hope, Montana, the Himalayas, and not Cuba. Also, we got a caveman game too. I actually like that one a lot. But what setting would work for a Far Cry 7? After recently beating Far Cry 6 and seeing the inclusion of entire city-like environments, I got some ideas brewing in my head that I needed to get out, so here we go. And the setting for Far Cry 7, in my opinion, should be Nazi-occupied Europe during the height of World War II. Let me explain. See, for some history, I'm Serbian and Armenian myself. My grandfather was subjected to the harsh horrors of the Nazi regime, and everyone in his family besides himself and a few other family members that he never got in contact with until after the war survived the horrors of World War II. My grandfather lived these horrors. He survived because he knew multiple languages and was a carpenter. So why am I telling you this for a Far Cry video? Well, what I'm saying is I'm picking the World War II era because it's so important to me, but also because it would work wonderfully for a Far Cry game. For starters, every Far Cry since Far Cry 3 has marketed itself around its villain, Voss, Seed, El Presidente, and so on. So what would be the ultimate human level villain for a Far Cry game that would both be interesting and believable? Of course, I would say, Hitler. I don't think I can say that on YouTube, but if Ubisoft doesn't want to be chained down by all the history that comes with that guy, they could always make the main villain the right hand of the Nazi regime. A cold, calculated, horrifying man similar to Hans Landa in Inglourious Basterds, except the evil part turned to 11. The map would be parts of Europe, perhaps France would be a great location, as I think Far Cry should expand further in general with city-like environments like it did in Far Cry 6. All the usual things would make sense too, riding horses, driving vehicles, and stealth assassinations. But here the stakes would be increased tenfold. Instead of just blowing up an anti-aircraft gun in a camp, Ubisoft could make the camps into Nazi-occupied concentration camps, and you, the player, could be a revolutionary who works in secret within the shadows of the Empire, trying to cut the head off the Hydra that is the Nazi Empire. Stealthing around camps, killing Nazis, freeing families, and shutting down concentration camps and gas chambers would be very interesting and brutal to experience. In Far Cry 6, you no longer have a skill tree, but instead equipment, which changes how you look. It's cool, but in this hypothetical Far Cry 7, Ubisoft could expand that system in a Assassin's Creed-like way, where you as a revolutionary could kill an officer and wear their clothes to stealth in plain sight in camps, offices, or military establishments to find information. Maybe dressing as a prisoner aboard the trains to a camp, but concealing your dagger and gun on you as you search the survivors for your friends or family. The story could be emotional, powerful, and very dark, but shine brilliantly in showcasing the amazing feats of bravery the Allied forces went to in order to save as many people as possible. But besides the main villain, Far Cry always has specific villains for each region, and here Far Cry 7 could go really twisted. You could have a sadistic Nazi scientist who does human experimentation in one region, a politician in another, or even a traitor you knew as a child who sided with the Empire to save their own skin. And some things in Far Cry 6 that I think many enjoyed were the unique weapons in the game and the Supremo mechanic, which was basically a backpack that could be customized to shoot rockets or EMP pulses and whatnot. And the guns ranged from flamethrowers, a gun that shoots CDs, a nail gun, and so on. Tying this to the setting of this new Far Cry game, the guns could be stolen Nazi-created prototype weapons, like a Tesla coil gun that electrocutes and melts people with sustained fire, a grenade launcher that shoots decaying gas that rapidly ages and deteriorates whoever breathes it in, or a joke weapon that shoots sausages or sauerkraut. That would be awesome. Another mechanic I would love to see is full-scale, all-out warfare. Like parts of the map would be where allied and opposing forces are fighting constantly. It would have that Call of Duty feel, as you run around in the chaos, chasing a target and killing people to survive. It would work wonderfully for a Far Cry game. Plus, you can still fly helicopters, planes, tanks, and whatever else in Far Cry 6, for example. This would translate extremely well over to Far Cry 7 setting. And like I said originally, I really want Far Cry to move more into city-level designs instead of just giant islands. Don't get me wrong, open space is cool, and yes, it could still have this, but stealthing through city streets, avoiding patrols, smuggling survivors in the dead of night on boats to escape the Empire? Man, this would be all amazing and translates so well for a Far Cry experience. In my opinion, of course. Far Cry 7 would be in a way a fusion of Wolfenstein meets the Far Cry formula, because when you think about it, when was the last time, if ever, that you played an open world shooting game that was set in World War II? Like a true open world game. That hasn't really been done yet. And that's why this would be exciting and a great departure from the tropical islands of 6 and 3. Have a sadistic, Nazi-centric villain character, play a revolutionary looking to liberate the people of the nation, and you have all the ingredients for an amazing Far Cry experience. Aw, imagine like a shootout in a pub and you kill some officers and you rush outside, get in a ride and you're fending off the pursuers down the streets of a European city while bullets are whizzing by your head and it's all cold and misty out. It would be a perfect setting. Does this video just kind of make me want an open world Wolfenstein game? Kind of, yeah. But I think Ubisoft could do it justice. Oh, I just had another idea. What if we had big Nazi-occupied blimps that float through the game world and you can hijack them and steal information from them and crash them to free the area from propaganda? And in terms of the multiplayer side of Far Cry, you could have unique locations like Far Cry 6 has, but you could have like horde modes where you play soldiers on the war front fending off the Nazi Empire or something. They could do a lot with this setting. I just personally don't want another tropical island again in Far Cry 7. We need to do something that hasn't been explored in an open world setting, and World War II is that setting. So what do you guys think of my choice? Good, bad? Let me know what your dream setting is for a Far Cry game in the comments below. And yes, I clearly do a lot of Mass Effect content, but I do enjoy branching out, and I am testing the waters with this video like these to see how they do and how the audiences will respond to it. So if you want to see more stuff like this, let me know that too. Please like, subscribe, all the things the algorithm loves. I'm Endymion. I am currently literally sitting in my closet with the doors closed. Why? Well, there's like 50 kids outside screaming. I'm not even kidding. There's so many of them and they're so loud that when I was trying to record this earlier, you couldn't hear, you just heard them screaming the whole time. So I needed some distance from them. So I am literally right now cramped inside my closet. My back hurts. I can't wait to be done this recording. I need to stretch. So thanks for watching. Yeah, my back's killing me. I'll see you in the next one.